Hi, I'm Devin Tuck, and today the title of my poster is The Effect of Human Population Growth on Members of the Viperidae, Crotalinae uh, family of vipers, of snakes. So I wanted to give this great anecdote from my life, but I don't have time for that. So let's jump right into the abstract. So here I talk about just what the rubric wanted me to. I gave 1 to 2 sentences on what the rest of the poster is about. So introduction, methods, results, conclusions. I give a little taste test, a TLDR, if you will, of the rest of the poster, so that if someone just passing by has 30 seconds to read it, boom, they can get the key information. I think that's really important to someone. Really important, and I feel like I accomplished it quite well here. In the introduction, I give some really important background on where vipers and rattlesnakes fit into the grand phylogeny of snakes. And in the last paragraph of the introduction here, I can't zoom in, I wish I could. I talk about some of the human snake interactions, and I set up the rest of the poster. Underneath the introduction here, I have, underneath and to the right, I have some great charts. The first one maps the population of diamondback rattlesnakes from 1987 to 2008. Really great chart. And it shows a fairly steady decline. And figure 3 here shows the population sprawl, the range of the timber rattlesnake, which we'll get into. So with the methods and materials, I talk about how I use these figures to facilitate my research and to interpret my research. And I feel that all 3 figures, the phylogenetic tree, the chart, and the map, all aid the reader and aided me in guiding my research and guiding the reading. I talk about with the phylogenetic tree, bootstrap values, and how that instilled confidence in me that I was on the right track. So if we go into results, the first study is great. It talks about vipers in British Columbia and Canada, obviously, and how even in a protected area, there's a 97% chance, a 97% decrease in mean population size, estimated, of course, over the next century. And if those are beneficial, if that a beneficial environment for the snakes, it really paints a harrowing picture for some not so favorable environments for snakes. Second paragraph, I get into the diamondback rattlesnake and the timber rattlesnake, and how even these very fortuitous and wide-ranging, big sprawl snakes, how even they are at risk. And of course, in the references, some fantastic articles to back that data up as well. Those 2 reference figure 2 and 3 here. And in the last paragraph here, I talk about how there's light at the end of the tunnel, silver lining when it comes to snakes, and the effect that climate change will have on snakes. And in the conclusion, I wanted to talk about summing up the poster, relating it back to my hypothesis. Of course, my hypothesis is how it is now entirely plausible that the recent population explosion of humans has and will have an adverse effect on rattlesnake species within the semi-hemisphere. So I try and tie it all in, and then I also talk about how there could be some issues with the chart that I chose here, mapping diamondback rattlesnake population. And I talk about some possible sources of error, because no data is perfect. And I wanted to sum that up in here. So that's about all I have time for. I hope you liked my presentation. Yeah, thank you.